Good afternoon, should I say? I can't believe I fell asleep. How long was I out? You should have poked me awake. I'm supposed to be the one keeping you awake. Thank goodness we don't have to rely on me for that. I feel like I've woken up in a dream, rather than out of one. No, I don't remember if I dreamt of anything. I wasn't talking in my sleep again, was I? No, really? I can actually believe that. I'll take your word for it. I was pretty tired. Well, that's what happens when you wake me up that early. I'm not a super morning person, but that was too much, even for me. I know, I'm so glad I got all the road trip preparation done last night. And that's why it was your job to carry us all into the car in the morning. Us all. The bags and me. And technically yourself too, but I'll hand it to you. I was most likely the heaviest thing to carry to the car. You can't agree with that. It was a setup. But I'm still a little too sleepy to act all offended. You get a pass on this one. Are we making good time? How long have we been on the road? That's not bad. How are you feeling? You're not too tired or hungry yet, are you? We could stop off at the next service station and stretch our legs a bit and get a cheeky bite to eat. Okay. Let me know if you start to feel tired. I told you though, putting on an audiobook would be disastrous for me. I mentioned it forever ago. They make me super sleepy. But you didn't believe me. Reading a book is so different. I don't know how I have the attention span to sit and read for hours, but that is not the case with audiobooks. It's always been like that. I just switch off after a couple of minutes without even realizing it. And it doesn't matter how interesting the book is. Maybe it's just listening to a voice or the tones of the person speaking. Who knows? I've never figured it out. But I do know that I need something written down in front of me to read, to be able to focus. I remember my first and only audiobook. I had to keep rewinding it back every time I realized it was still playing. The only reason I got through the whole thing was because I switched on captions. I ended up reading alongside the narration. Yeah, it kind of defeats the whole purpose of the thing. It can't be said that I didn't give it a solid try. I was so annoyed at the end, because I could have read it in half the time that I spent trying to listen to it. I wouldn't sit here and read a book while you were driving. I'm meant to be keeping you entertained after all, and alert. I take my role very seriously, barring the fact that I fell asleep. And I didn't want to say anything earlier, but I feel like the audiobook was sabotage. Absolutely. You knew I would fall asleep. It's dangerous information in the wrong hands. I don't want to be falling asleep just anywhere. With great power comes great responsibility. Be sure to use it wisely. I knew it. I thought that was the case. I was trying so hard to stay awake for you, but you knew I was teetering on the edge of consciousness for the first hour. I have to say, it is a first for me, being forced to take a nap like that. No complaints from me at all. I feel a lot more awake now, and guilty that you didn't get to take it with me. Yeah, that's true. You were here too. And I'll help you sleep later on, when we get to wherever you've planned for us to be and refuse to tell me about. Yes, I am familiar with surprises, and you know very well that I can't help but try to trick the information out of you, as is the natural order of things. Did you at least enjoy the book while I was conked out? Why did you turn it off? Oh, you didn't have to do that. I doubt it would have woken me up. Thank you. I was wondering when you had switched to classical. And that probably kept me asleep for longer too. You really know what you're doing, huh? I'd like to read a book to you, but maybe not when we're in a moving vehicle. Yeah, it's true. I get motion sick if I read a book in a car. Yeah, it was a sad day when I learned that that was the case. I've come to not really mind though. I would rather be enjoying the scenery, wherever we're off to, come rain or shine. It's the best part of the trip, taking in all your surroundings, pointing out all the horses that you see as if it's the first time you've seen a horse. I don't know why, it's just like a knee-jerk reaction. I love it though, watching the world as it passes us by, and enjoying it in your company. And that's not even the biggest perk. Nope, not by far. Can you guess? That is a pretty good one, but not the one that I had in my mind. Well, I get to talk your ears off and you cannot escape. Are you sure you wouldn't want to? You're such a sweet talker. You know I do. You've done well so far. I thought you would be sick of all my talking by now. And I've not even tapped into my inner nerd yet. But fear not, we have a long way to go. Where we're headed, I still don't know. But I'm sure you can tell me a little bit by now, can't you? I'm not as familiar with places as you are. I don't think I should even hazard a guess. My geography skills are non-existent. Darling, I could get lost with a sat-nav guiding me. I'm in no doubt about how bad I am. But my redeeming factor is that I'm a lot better on foot. With shops and landmarks as my guide, I'm unstoppable. And I have an unbeatable internal compass. I can sense the nearest bookstore, and I'm drawn to it, whether or not I choose to be. You might say that it's not the best in a survival situation, but that's debatable. Well, in that situation, you would just pick up a book on survival. No, you're the nerd. Come on, will you give me a teeny tiny clue as to what's next? Okay, what if I throw out a few guesses and you say yes or no? Yay, okay. So, are we headed to somewhere green? You know what I mean by green. Somewhere in the middle of nowhere, surrounded by trees and nature in general. No comment. Babe, that wasn't an option. It was yes or no answers only. Okay. You don't want to spoil the surprise. And to be fair, I've not been this excited in forever. I do. I feel so giddy. I don't think that's something that changes as you grow up. Everyone has preferences for things, and I don't think that's any different. It all comes down to how well the people around you know you, and whether they can pull it off. Well, I've no doubt you can pull it off. Surprises don't have to be big, like parties and just spending a ton of money on something, to someone looking from the outside in, something might seem small and that it was practically inconsequential. But it could be such a big moment for the one being surprised. Exactly. Are we going to make a few stops on the way to where we're headed? Finally, I got a yes out of you. Nothing wrong with building up a bit of anticipation. Can you tell me where we're staying tonight? Maybe? Is it a hotel? I thought so. Because you're driving so far today, you'll be tired. And a hotel sounds like a lovely little overnight pit stop on the road to wherever. I'm glad we finally got round to this. I've been secretly daydreaming about it for months now, but we've both been swamped with work. Sometimes our weekends were not even our own. But you are completely mine for the foreseeable future. I won't let anyone try to sneak you away from me. Of course I am. All yours too. Thank you for doing all this. I have literally no idea what you have planned for us, but I feel completely at ease. I really do. The only thing I can take credit for is the snacks. I didn't have much of a choice. It's all you let me pack. But I know I did my job well. Are you feeling a bit peckish yet? Babe, you should have woken me up sooner if you were hungry. Hang on, let me grab the bag. I made some sandwiches because we didn't have a big breakfast before we left. And it's basically time for second breakfast anyway. I've packed some fruits to be healthy. And the rest is all crisps and chocolates and some baked goods. But I did have to cheat this time. Yeah, I picked up the ready-made cupcakes from the bakery. I thought we could do with a sugar rush at some point, and actually that's all the information you're getting for now. Because two can play at that game. I want to keep some surprises as well, and I had a lot less to work with, but it will be worth it, trust me. But in the meantime, is there anywhere we can stop for the sandwiches and cakes? You could try to sneak a peek into the bag for your surprise, but you won't find it in there. Do you think I don't know you by now? You will have to wait and see. Not until we get to the hotel tonight. I told you, I take my job very seriously.